I'm back.
BigGuyTreadmillReview.com. I'm Big Mike with Big Guy Treadmill Reviews. Hi, this is Big Mike with Big Guy Treadmill Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing the WalkingPad A1 Pro. I'm actually really excited to review this. My fiance has been talking about a walking desk for a while, and what's actually a little bit more practical, since we already have a desk, is to just get something to go underneath. So this could be an option, and I've never actually stood on any walking pad before. So this will be interesting. Again, I'm 303 pounds. There are two options to this treadmill online. Minimal research. So I'm not going to go into like what they may be, but there's a 230-pound option and a 300-pound option. Of course, we got the 300. The website is based on larger people. So don't get too caught up in what the differences would be. I really don't know why somebody would choose a 230-pound option. It doesn't change the price point. There are different things with mats. There's a UK version. Don't choose that if you're here in the US. Things of that nature. But this is a relatively small treadmill, but kind of large in some ways. I mean, you have a 48-inch long belt. It's 16 inches wide. The whole unit is 58 by 21.5. So it is a small little unit, and it just folds up super simply. So you just go like this, bad boy folds up, slide it right underneath, tip it on its side, store it for when you're not walking. Again, and then when you bring it down, you just set it and forget it in a sense. Controls, of course, and most people would kind of assume this, but you actually get a little remote, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get on this for the first time, and let's just see how it feels. The big thing to remember on this is that we always are trying to judge on this website how it feels for a big guy, right? So if anybody said, if it does skip on me or anything like that, and people are like, well, it's because you're 303 pounds. That's the whole point. Like, we want to see how it feels with us larger guys. Not everybody's 115. So let's go ahead and fire it up. I'm going to assume that it's the middle button. If it's not, hey, it is. Nice.
This is my thing.
Okay. So obviously I am wide, but I don't think 16 is so narrow when you're walking, right? Now, if you're typing, maybe you would have the occasional stepping on the outside, or if, walking bow-legged or whatnot. My initial reaction is that it actually has some pretty good pull. Okay, so speed-wise, let's go ahead and crank it up slightly. Okay, that's kind of interesting. It goes from 1 to 1.25 to 1.5. So you have incremental increases, of course. Instead of doing a lot of the treadmills and stuff that we review are going to go up by tenths. This is going up, obviously, quarter at a time. Let's crank it. Okay, max is 1.75. So again, this kind of feels like what a treadmill's, it's a little bit slower than like what a treadmill's 2 is, which is about lined up with what I see. I am seeing something else that's kind of cool here, is as it's cycling through, it's telling me steps. So it is registering how many steps I'm taking. If you're into that, it's its own pedometer. Pretty cool little feature, actually. Sorry, I'm like wobbling off to the side. All the way at max speed, it's holding me. I feel no skips on this treadmill. It's quiet. It's compact. For what it is, it's decent. Now, keep this in mind. If you want to jog, you're not going to be able to jog. There is no incline to this treadmill. This is a walking pad. It's literally in the company's name. I don't know what makes it a pro. It's not commercially rated. So if anybody has that question, let's just get that out there now. Not a commercial treadmill. Always assume that of a walking pad. I've never seen a commercial walking pad. It obviously timed out. It knew that I got off. But it reset itself right away. So if you are looking to remember what your steps are, you better get those steps before it does that. It automatically reset. Let me show you this feature as well with it all the way folded up while we have it, because I kind of gave you a half fold there. But here, we fold it all the way up. It's about 60 pounds. So it's not a crazy heavy tread, but it does have wheels on the front. So if you do need to move it, you could roll it, but you know, you would just boom, you would open it up, put it underneath your desk or whatnot. Or if you know what, hey, I want to watch a movie and I just want to walk instead of sitting. I think this is a pretty decent option. As far as what I was expecting for the price point, I was probably expecting something slightly chintzier, that it was going to really struggle with my weight. And I think the 300-pound capacity really held up pretty well. Warranty wise, if you buy it through WalkingPad, right, you have 30 days. There are no parts to this. You have a 30-day return policy. That is the warranty. That is not a, if you buy it on Amazon, Amazon kind of has a blanket coverage for most treadmills. It's a 90-day. So if you were going to get it to try it, I would try it through Amazon. And that way you have 90 days to return it. But the only option is return, and you want to keep the original packaging. A lot of companies, if you don't have that, can then use that as the way of not refunding your money if you're unhappy with the product. But if something breaks on this product, you're not getting parts. Not that I can tell. I could be wrong on that. If somebody, hey, if you want to correct me, go ahead and leave it down below. Okay, so with that said, again, correct me if I'm wrong on the warranty and you find other information, but I don't believe there's a parts warranty on this. You are pretty much, you get what you pay for once you go past the 30 or 90 days, depending on where you purchased. This is your unit and it is your problems for $550. Now, again, I just want to really re-emphasize, kind of beat on this. 1.75 is not what I would consider a workout, and I don't think many people would. It's a very slow walk. You can see it's very leisurely. If you're typing, it makes sense to go really slow. If you just want some blood flow, cool. If you're looking for a workout, you're looking for cardiovascular gains or any of that fat burning type thing, I don't know that you're going to get much of that here. Obviously, sit on there long enough and you will get something out of it. This is better than nothing. But this to me is not necessarily an exercise piece. It's a little bit more supplemental, and obviously it's a desire one, right? If you wanted to be able to walk while typing at work, you work from home, so your job's sedentary, things of that nature, good option. And like I said, I do think that this is going to hold up decently, but don't quote me on that type of stuff. I mean, if there's issues that come up as far as the electronics, things of that nature, wouldn't be terribly shocking sometimes with some of those things. But from what I can tell from my little brief spell on it, I actually think give this thing a little bit of a thumbs up in my mind. So again, like and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for us, as I've given this treadmill a thumbs up. And this has been Big Mike with Big Guy Treadmill Reviews. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the review. Comment below saying I subscribed, and we will do our best to reply to every comment.